All praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And this is going to be a redo of a video that I deleted because I thought some of the things that I was saying, I was going in too much and I was swearing maybe a bit too much. And I was saying certain things which were all true in regard to these Edomites and how they're so proud and arrogant, but like the way how I was delivering it, maybe I didn't necessarily need to use those words, but I ended up deleting the video, and the video was at least 50 minutes long, but I ended up deleting the video because I was like, man, now I don't need to be delivering this message in that way, but I deleted it. And then I watched one of the elders video, and he was saying pretty much, or talking about pretty much the same topic. And then I tried to go back on my phone to go to the recycle bin to see if I deleted the video completely, and I had. And I regret, based on watching that video, I regretted deleting the video I made, man. It's like, damn, I obviously was on point with the things I was saying that day and that time, because somebody else had the same thought process and was saying exactly the same thing, right? They were saying exactly the same thing, man, and that's sometimes how it goes anyway. One thing that you might want to say, but you might say it in a different kind of way and then not do the video, or do the video but delete it. Somebody else ends up saying the exact same thing or doing a video on the exact same topic that you wanted to do a video on. That's something that I've noticed. That's something I've noticed happens, man. But yeah, this video is going to be on how these Edomites are like, they started this whole thing over in the UK where they're painting flags. They're painting flags on zebra crossings. They're painting flags on roundabouts, right? And it's not going to stop the inevitable thing that's going to happen to your nation, which is that Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 is going to be fulfilled on every single one of you. You're going into captivity. You're going to have to undo all the destruction that you did on the earth, right? And it's going to take 1,000 years for you to undo all the damage that you done, right? All the damage that you done to them, to the earth, all the damage that you done to us, all the damage that you done to the food, to the animals. Like, just look at how much the animals started to literally grow when them lockdowns happened, because the way how Esau said that society is supposed to run was on pause for a bit, and the animals literally started to grow because of that. The animals, I remember watching a documentary thing on Netflix, man. Now, unless they're lying, the baby penguins that would be getting fed by their parents and was still getting fed by their parents was able to grow so much that the baby penguin that still needed to be fed by the adult penguin was bigger than its parent. They ended up bigger than their parent, man. That shows just how much Esau's destroyed this world and just how much of a sickening, disgusting individual he is, that can only seems like a good person when he's talking about it himself. Now, if I was to talk about me, right, and not taking anyone else's opinion, I'm pretty sure I could paint myself as being someone righteous out here, right? But the difference between Israelites and the rest of the world is that we'll look at ourselves and we know what kind of people we are. We know more than anybody else what kind of people we are. We know, we and Yahweh, and even Yahweh knows more of our sins that we've committed than we know. But we know that we commit sins, and we know that we've did things that are wrong, so we ain't stupid or arrogant to try and make it like we're super righteous on this earth. Whereas Esau, on the other hand, is not like that. And they're complaining, painting flags, complaining about immigration, crying and weeping about everything else that everybody else has did. And then when they get caught doing the exact same thing, they never view the crime as bad when they're doing it. They never view the crime, like they try and make out like so-called black people. This is one thing I've noticed. They try and make out like so-called black people are such perverted sexual deviants, right? But when you're looking at all these female teachers that keep getting caught sleeping with their students, most of them are so-called white women all the time. Most of them are over the hill, past their very best time, so-called white women. And then some of them are women that are so-called in their so-called prime years, and they're still doing it, man. Just trying to live like they're teenagers again, man. Sending their students pictures and all kind of stuff. But about maybe a decade and a half ago, this used to be a thing that male teachers were getting caught doing all the time. And the women was always trying to make it like men are just some perverts, that this and that, right? But they're keep getting caught doing it now as well. So what does that really let you know? That really they was both always doing it, man. Really, both groups was always doing it. But the man was always the one that was kept getting viewed as, see what men are doing. Now, all you women out here that talk all this smack about how women are this and women are that, most of you always hate when you have a female manager, a female boss, a female team leader, because you know that she's going to just go out, try and do the most all the time. And you know, brothers have had women and all this stuff that been around them and that. And when they've got a female boss, they'll be complaining. They'll know that they won't be complaining about their female boss, their female manager or whatever. Oh, she did this, she did that. Oh, she did this, she's this, she's that. They know. These women always complain about the women that are in power more than they complain about the men most of the time, man. And that's why when these women had the chance to vote for, in America, to vote for a female president when they're the highest population in America, the male Edomite won over the female Edomite when they had the opportunity to choose a woman, and they didn't choose it, man. Now that vote don't really matter anyway. It's about the electoral college, but they didn't even win the people's vote because the women decided to not choose. So they're full of it, man. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And that's the crying and the complaining that they're doing when they put these flags up. Oh, I'm in England and I just don't feel like, it doesn't feel like England anymore. It's Londonistan. It's Birminghamistan. Yeah, is this England or is it Jamaica? Is this England or is it Africa? As if it's not just one particular street or area that that the most population of that particular race living. But when you're in your area, you don't even see these people. So what's your problem? Like these Edomites will literally have an area that might be 95 more% so-called white people, and they still got them flags up. They still got the flags up. They still got the zebra crossings, spray painted crosses on there. Roundabouts with painted crosses on them. Like all you're doing is doing graffiti. It looks shit, mate. It doesn't even look good. It looks stupid. And what do you think that's going to achieve anyway? You've painted a flag. All right. Now what? If your problem was that you don't have enough money in your bank account, okay, you've spray painted that flag now. Now go back to your bank account. Do you have any more money in there? No. Oh, your complaint is that you can't get a job. Okay, you spray painted the flag, and now when you go to see your job, like, have you got a better job because of that? Did you become a painter and decorator now because you was painting flags on? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to show your painting skills and hoping someone takes you on an apprenticeship or gives you a job? What are you doing? What's painting a flag gonna do? What's it gonna do, man? But that's these Edomites. They're running around doing all this BS. But the problem that the real problem is themselves. The real problem is themselves, man. And I find it fascinating that the world really tries to make out like we're the problem of this whole earth, right? When we speak about it historically, when the children of Israel was in their own lands, dwelling amongst themselves, right? You people still came to us to bother us, man. You people still used to come to our land and bother us. When we've had our own neighborhoods in America, it's always been Esau that's trying to go and bother us. And that's why don't ever in your life make these Edomites make you think all that go back to Africa stuff. Or that if you don't like it, then pack your bags. That them saying if you don't like it, then pack your bags is no different than if you've ever had an argument with a woman and she tried to tell you, I'm leaving you or something like that. I'm leaving. That's it, Darren. I'm leaving you. Yeah, I've had enough. I've had it up to here of you. And if you if you just go, okay, and just carry on doing what you was doing in the rest of your day, what? You're not even gonna fight for me. That's the same thing that these Edomites are doing, man. Claiming that they want you to leave, but they don't want you to leave though. Because the reason why there's all these melting pot countries in the first place is because Esau made it be like that. And that's why they always say, if I go to other people's country, then there ain't no melting pot. There ain't no this and that. I couldn't just go to their country and do, yeah, because they don't care about melting pots like you do. You care about melting pots because you make the melting pot countries to extract the very best things out of every other nation and claim like it's your doing and like it's your skills. Because you technically, when you really look at this nation of Esau, they don't really have no skills like that, man. The food that they make, apart from cooking beef and some meats and stuff like that, they can't cook to save their life, man. They're not fun to be around. All their humors, GAY. They're weirdos, right? They stink. They're proud and arrogant. They think they know everything. But if they knew everything, the world wouldn't be as jacked up as it is. Because they're in charge. They're the ones that say what's going on. And they still ain't made to get it right, man. They haven't even in places where it's only just them. They ain't got no utopias, man. And in the places where it's not only just them, it's their fault. Because they heat, let me get the scripture, man. Let me read this one verse. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever. Now, let me get this scripture because they always complain and cry about, oh man, see, they're all trying to come in and take our country, man. Like, this is this Londanistan. The 13% people doing 13% basketball things. And like, oh, here we go, use your suspects. But then when they get caught doing exactly the same crime, they ain't got nothing to say. Oh, the reason why they commit crimes is because they're black. Because they're okay. Let's pretend that's true. I'll accept that the reason why so-called black people commit crimes is because we're black, so-called according to your opinion. Okay, what's the reason why you commit crimes then? What's the reason why you're committing the crimes you've committed over the years? What's the reason why you did a thing that you called book breaking, which is ultimately RAPE of a man? That's what it really is. No fancy term gets over what you actually was really doing. You Edomites talk about I'm a white heterosexual male. Okay, were the people that was doing that book breaking thing considered white heterosexual males? Because what they was doing was far from heterosexual, wasn't it? It was spiral demonic, mate. Bender activity that really they loved and was coming up with excuses to be able to do what they really always wanted to do, man, because they're weirdos. Yeah? And I'd be sickened if my forefathers had to do stuff like that to try and get power in the world, man. That just shows how weak you are. You're weak, frail people that are truly disgusting, man. That have the nerve to point your finger at everybody else, but look at what you've did. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. They put all these weirdo philosophies out there, and that's how they're able to transgress, man. That's how they're able to get one over on people. And through the sword, of course. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. They're always telling everybody else to not come here, not go here, not go there. But they'll be the first one that you're always catching in everyone else's country. They'll be the first one. Always up in everyone else's land, man, without permission. Being proud and arrogant, especially you English people, man. Going around with that stupid binge drinking personality. You stupid idiots, man. That stupid football culture, man. And I can't stand football as well, you know. Maybe it's because I know you Edomites like it so much, or maybe it's because I wasn't that good at playing it or whatever. I don't know, man. I just don't like football. Like, I really don't like that whole football spirit that comes with it, man. That's stupid. Oh, he missed. Oh, man. He's shit, man. And then most of the people that are always running their mouth talking about someone's shit are fat slob themselves that couldn't run 1 kilometer to save their life. Damn belly hanging over their belt buckle. Them fat slob Carlsberg strongbow drinking Edomites, man. Them fat slobs. Buying the Savoy or sausage and chips from the football stand, man. Bare salt and vinegar on there and squeezing out the ketchup on there. Fat scruffs. Trying to call someone shit as if they could ever do better in their life, man. Oh, that Makatumbe. Oh, he's good in it. He's good in it. That new Makatumbe, that black fella. He's good for. You know them black fellas are fat. And then as soon as he misses a penalty, now he's got to go back to Africa. But when Harry Kane or one of them wastemans misses a penalty, oh, he's under pressure though, isn't he? He's under pressure though. He can't carry the whole team. He can't carry the whole team. He did score a goal in that one match though, didn't he? And they think that we don't see the hypocrisy, man. We see it. Even some of these managers try and set Jake up to be the one that's going to take the penalty that's going to make him have to go back to Africa or not. Like how would you Edomites feel if your citizenship's going to be questioned if you miss a penalty, man? And you know what? We might do that in the kingdom, man. If you miss this penalty, yeah, we might put you in a penalty, make you have a penalty shootout since you like penalties so much and want to talk about our penalties. If you miss this penalty, yeah, you're going to have to go through this apocalypto-style assault course, right? And if you score this penalty, then you're going to have to take another penalty. And if you miss that penalty, then you're going to have to go through this apocalypto assault course. And what if I score that one, master? Then you're going to have to take another penalty. And then if you miss, you're going to have to go for this apocalypto assault course. It sounds to me that you just want me to go for the apocalypto assault course. Well, you don't need to think, mate. This isn't the time for you to be thinking. Just take the penalties. Keep taking them till your foot fall off, man. Since you like penalties so much. I want to try and make big things have to happen to somebody based off a penalty shootout. Y'all might have to start taking penalty kicks, man. Since y'all like trying to judge people off that. Who knows what kind of things how it's going to put in our minds to get you Edomites back for all the stuff you did over the years, man. Who knows? Or you Karen Edomites, all of man. A lot's coming your way. You're going to, like, you didn't know whose children you was messing with when you was doing all these things to us, man. You should have left us alone. You shouldn't have looked at us when we was having a bad day. You shouldn't have smiled and you shouldn't have made fake accounts on the internet and to say racist things. You shouldn't have made these fake accounts that you've made where you say, I agree with this statement and I'm a black person. You think we don't know? And that digital ID, I'm almost glad that digital ID is coming, man. Because it's going to expose that a lot of this online comment board stuff that gets said a lot of the time, a lot of it's from Edomites, man. A lot of the things that the people are saying about our people, they're heathens, man. Pretending to be us. And it's going to get exposed. A lot of you people's addresses are going to be attached to them comments. And it's going to be exposed. You're a bunch of lying demons, man. But let's carry on this. Whom in Lord of his desire as hell, they always want everyone else's things, man. Neither keep it at home as well. They always want everyone else's things. Always got their eye watching everyone else, man. Even your damn neighbors, man. If you got Edomite neighbors, trust me, they're watching. Like, I ain't trying to make no one paranoid, but trust me, they're watching your house, man. Now, there's a thing where people would technically like watch what's going on with their neighbor to try and see what kind of person they are, but not like what these Edomites will do. They'll watch your house. They'll try and secretly surveil your house, man, because they're weirdos. They're weird, man. They're a bunch of weirdos. They complain about Jake not having a job, right? Until the moment that Jake gets a better job than them. Then they're now they got a problem. They'll assume that Jake ain't got a job, right? Then if he's got a better job than them, if they find out that he's got a better job than them or more money than them, now they're gonna be sour. Now they're gonna be so sour about, oh, it must have been a DEI. Oh, it must have been a DEI hire. Well, okay, if you want to believe that, do you have the qualifications to be this career path? Oh, he's a DEI pilot. Okay, do you have qualifications to be a pilot? Nah, I don't. Okay, does he have qualifications to be a pilot? Yeah, but their DEI qualifications, no. He had to do the qualification. Did you do the course to become a pilot? Nah, but I'm not a DEI, so I couldn't get on the course. No, you didn't try and get on the course, stupid idiot. And he did try and get on the course, or she did try and get on the course. So obviously, they're going to be able to do the job then. But you didn't even try. So what's your problem? Or if there's a so-called black doctor, oh, it must be a DEI doctor. Or maybe, jackass, they went to university, did their college courses, did their masters, did their PhD, and became a doctor that way. Maybe that's got something to do with it. And you didn't. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Just maybe. Like it's kind of a silly idea, but maybe they actually qualified to do it. Maybe they actually went and learned these things. There'll literally be an Israelite with an Amazon delivery uniform on, right? With a DPD uniform on, DHL, and an Edomite will be trying to watch them with a camera. And they'll have an Amazon van. They have an Amazon van. What are you doing around the area? Well, what would you think I was doing around this area if I would look like anybody else? With a DPD or DHL or Amazon delivery truck, van, with packages in there, and an Amazon clothes on, and a scanner to scan the product. What would you think I'm doing if I was anyone else? If I look like anyone else? What do you think I'm doing? So think the fucking same, man. That's how these devils do. That's how they do our people, man. When they know that the person's really working a job, they just want to bother them. Because Esau gets his rocks off by trying to bother us, and that's why they're complaining about England now. Because when they try and bother us nowadays, they might get fired from their job, or they might get punched in their mouth. So they're like, oh, England's not the same anymore. It's not the same. I can't even do it. They really want to just be able to kick a black man in the ass when he's walking on the street. And if the so-called black man calls the police, then the police are like, I'm going to kick your ass too for harassing me. If a white man wants to kick you in your ass and wants to beat you up, you better let him do that. Because once upon a time, that's how it used to be. And they want it to be able to go back to that. But it's not going to go back to that, though. All we've got is one more time of you Edomites being able to get away with troubling us in a large degree, Jacob's trouble. And after that, you're never going to be able to bother us again. Yahweh's going to wipe away all tears from our eyes, and everything that you've did to us over all the different generations, all the different reincarnations that your nation have been on the earth and our nation have been on the earth, we're going to pay you back for all of it. Every single crime that you committed against us is going to be paid back. Twice. Minimum. All that DEI, or blah, 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 whatever y'all want to say, we're hired for this, and all of that, you're going to be paid back for all of it, man. And is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So don't try and ever believe these Edomites when they're playing about all this melting pot, or diversity is our greatest friend, and trying to become with all this, or get them out, mate, and all that. Listen, man. You Edomites love going and buying all the different takeaway food styles of every other nation. Y'all don't even really have a food type, man. Potatoes and fish and chips, bro. That's dead. Fish and chips. Come on. Fish and chips, bro. With mushy peas on there. Steak pie. I like steak pie, but mate, it's not fucking gourmet, is it? It's not the best of the best creme de la creme of life, is it, bro? Let's be real, man. But y'all will, or if you go past the Indian restaurant or a Chinese takeaway or a Caribbean food shop, man, you're going to be seeing Esau all up in there, man. They're going to be all up in there. All up in there they're going to be. So all this talk about they don't like this and they don't, mate, they're full of shit, man. All these Israelite musicians, if you go to a concert, you're going to see mostly them. It's mostly going to be they're the reason why these Israelites have all these fans. Because we're fans of their music like that, but we ain't just going up into all of the concerts like that. Jake ain't really doing all that, man. Not really. It's mainly these Edomites doing it. The NBA and all sports, the sports industry ultimately is just people being like fascinated by the masculinity and athleticism of the so-called black man, of the Israelite man in general, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's all that it is really, man. That's what the whole thing is about. Them just fascinated and obsessed with how strong and athletic we are. Yet they run their mouth. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, and how long to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, and that clay is the debt, but the increase of that which is not his is all the things that you've stolen all over the years, man. And then they're so proud and arrogant because you have been able to be given a position from God at the moment to where you are able to assess yourself and not listen to anyone else's opinion. Oh, aren't we so great the way how we try to civilize this world, but it just won't be civilized. They're just refusing to let us civilize them, aren't we? But we're gonna still keep moseying on the white man's burden. We're gonna still try and help you savages, but they're savages themselves. That's the thing. When they steal it from people and kill them, they call it colonizing. But if somebody in the hood or in some like small crevice in the UK or somewhere or in America does the same kind of thing on a small scale and they say I'm colonizing it, they'll be like, no, you're not. What are you on about? You're a murderer. But when they do their crimes, they call it self-defense or they call it colonizing. And that's why they always have to try and play a victim before they do something, and they'll antagonize people to the point where the person's left no choice but to defend themselves and then say, see, they're attacking us. We need to defend ourselves, huh? And that's what women do. Women will be all up in a man's face, banging their hands, clapping her face, poking and prodding him in his chest. Then he growls on her once, might grab her and shake her or something like that. Ah, I'm a female, yo. I'm a female. Calling the police. He put his hands on me. He put his hands on me. He's not finna put his hands on me. He ain't my daddy. He put his hands on me, but not mentioning none of the putting her hands on that she was doing though. That's what women do, man. And even that thing, Yahweh started to put an end to that because now the women start getting arrested because they're so dumb that when the police show up, they actually admit that they hit the man. Oh, I did slap him in his face and scratch his eyes out with my nails, but he got me angry though. So you know how it is with us women. If you get us angry, like he should have just not got me angry. And then the police officer will be like, okay, so you're saying you hit him first? Okay, you know I'm gonna have to finna take you to jail, right? And he's like, what? I'm finna go to jail? I can't believe you did this to me, Jamie. You're a demon. Because you could believe if he was gonna get arrested after you hit him first, though, couldn't you? Just like how you Edomites can believe that it's okay for you to go and antagonize people and hit them and do everything you do to them, yeah? But you're gonna feel like it's unfair when Yahweh Shai comes up with the angels and starts kicking your ass. And I'm gonna get the scripture to prove that you're gonna feel like it's unfair. And I ain't just talking out of thin area. I'm gonna get the scripture to prove it, man. These Edomites are gonna actually have the nerve to make it like the judgment that's happened to them is unfair once Yahweh changes the roles over, man. It's fascinating to me. Right, let me go straight to the point. Luke chapter 16 and verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by angels into Abraham's bosom. That's us. The beggar's us. The rich man also died and was buried, meaning that he was just put in a position where he ain't going to be winning no more, right? And in hell he lifted up his eyes, in hell, which is going to be the hell that he's going to be facing on earth, man. These Edomites, that's what this is talking about. Being in torments and see if Abraham afar off. He saw Abraham, and now there's different ways that you can try and interpret this, but the way that soothes my soul, which is that these Edomites are going to literally see Abraham in the kingdom, man, because he's our forefather and he's their forefather. So they've got a connection to Abraham, and they're literally going to see him. I get a chuckle in my mind when I think about these Edomites literally seeing Abraham, because he's their granddad, just like he was ours, right? So they'd be like, oh, Granddad Abraham, come on, come on. Can you just, come on, come on. And Lazarus in his bosom. So they go, ah, man, yo, imagine that, man. Just think about this for a second. Esau in the kingdom picking cotton. And then our forefather Abraham, all of us brothers that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai now, just walking with Abraham, literally with Abraham, man, walking with him through like the cotton fields and that, talking with him and that about life. Like, oh man, I can't wait to see these new planets that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai made. And he's like, yeah, I can't wait to see that too, grandchild or our grandchildren. Like, and he's just dapping us up and that, talking with us about, oh man, I remember when I was in the on Earth way back, before any of you was even born, and Yahweh did tell me that I was gonna have seed as the stars of heaven, and now look at you, you're all here, and just a million Israelites all wanting to try and be around Abraham and all that, and Yahweh Shai there and all this, King David there and that, right? And then some Edomite tries to call Abraham over, Abraham, and he's in pain and that, and then Abraham's like, all right, children, all right, grandkids and everyone, let me just go talk to this Edomite real quick. He seems grieved. And I am technically his grandfather. Let me go see what he wants, right? And we're like, all right, granddad. Yeah. And then this is what the Edomite tries to say to Abraham. Verse 24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus. That would be us, by the way. Father Abraham, these chains, they're too itchy on my wrists. Send one of these Israelites over that they may dip. So they're gonna try and it's hilarious how proud how disgusted these Edomites are, you know. They're gonna try and encroach on our time of enjoying the kingdom of heaven, to try and make us think that we're supposed to be in a position of servitude to them again, you know. Can you get one of them Israelites to get me a bottle of water? Not can you get not Abraham, can he dip his finger? Not can Abraham bring them some water to ease the pain. No, Esau is going to want us to help ease his pain. The nerve, man. And that's how these people are in this world now. When that waste man, old Captain Caveman, CK died, right? Or whatever the hell supposedly happened to him, man. All these Edomites trying to talk about why y'all celebrating? Mate, he celebrated us having things happen to us. Why the hell do we need to care what happened to him? Why the hell do we need to care, man? To hell with him. And if hell did exist, which it don't, I would hope he was in there. But it don't exist though. So he's gonna get reincarnated again and be in the kingdom, in our kingdom, as a captive. And we're like, remember that stuff you was talking before about all these stats and that, yeah? How do your stats stack up with what's going on now? You got any statistics now? You got any fucking funny antidotes to say? You got any anecdotes or any stupid stats or punchlines to say about anything, man? How do you think the black woman is at parenting their children now, and the black man? All the fathers are in the house now. And look at how much these Israelite children have grown up to hate people like you. You got anything to say? You people are going to regret all the things you ever did to us, man, and bothering our lives, man. You're going to regret it all, man. You should have left us alone and worried about your own lives. That's what they're going to find out. They should have worried about their own life, man. Verse 24. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and may cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. They got the nerve that they're going to have to ask that, man. What do you want, young? Abraham comes over. What do you want, young, filthy, heathen Edomite? Well, Father Abraham, my chains are all rusty and my feet are battered and bruised and I can't work anymore. Can you ask one of these Israelites to come over and give me a bubble bath? Huh? What are you talking about? I've got DOMS. I've got delayed onset muscle soreness and it's just all over my body. Can you ask one of these beautiful Israelite women to give me a rub down and give me a massage? Huh? What are you on about? What are you talking about? They ain't coming and giving you nothing. They ain't going to be Israelite. That's what you Edomites don't. An Israelite is never going to have to do anything for you Edomites ever again. You're going to be doing things for us. But they're going to, and I don't believe that this is far-fetched, that they're actually going to try and do this in the kingdom, you know. I really believe they're actually try and do that, man. They're going to try think that Israelites got a soft heart because we're more righteous than them. Oh, could you just have some, mate? We ain't gonna have no mercy on nothing. We're gonna give you, you know what? Let me say it like this, man. We're gonna afford you the same mercy that you gave to our forefathers in the Atlantic slave trade. And you're not gonna be able to lie and say, oh, when your forefathers were in the Atlantic slave trade, we had mercy on them because the people that you actually did the crimes to are gonna be there. They're gonna be alive and well, immortal under the new covenant, and they're gonna have memories on what you did to them. And they're gonna say, no, you didn't. You did this to me. And Yahweh said, this is a judgment that now has to happen to you. And here it is. And you're going to have it all happen to you. There's not one arrow of judgment that's going to miss. All of it's going to land exactly where it's supposed to go. Every single bit of it, man. All 100% of it. Verse 25, but Abraham said, so remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good things. Remember when you was in America? Remember when you was in England, United Kingdom, Sweden, Scotland, France, Germany, yeah, Australia. Remember when you was all up in your places and you were having a fun time, jet setting, going all around the world, getting on the comment board talking about usual suspects. Remember all the stuff you was doing? And when these black people, these Israelites, who they really were catching hell. You remember that? Remember when they was in America on drugs and you were saying, get over it, buckle up your bootstraps, you're just not working hard. Remember all that? Well, now they're not like that anymore. And look at how amazing they are. But now your jealous ass wants them to try and lower themselves again, to try and be where you are. No, now it's your time to go through your bad things, man. Right? This is what the kind of things that they're going to be getting told. But Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Remember that you don't remember that Yahweh said that you're going to have to go through this at the latter end. Don't you remember that he said that he that leads into captivity shall go into captivity? Did you forget that? Oh, that they were a nation that had counsel and wisdom, that they would have remembered the latter end, man. They forgot the latter end of it. But the latter end is exactly what they're going to be going through that 1,000 years, man. The nerve that they're going to actually have to try and ask our forefather Abraham to have some mercy, man, and have us give the performing mercy. It's not even like they're going to be asking Abraham. No, they're going to want us to do it, man. Thinking they can try and go to granddad. The nerve. I'm telling granddad on you. That's what they think they're going to be able to do. Granddad's on our side, mate. Right? You don't believe me? Well, let's read verse 26. And beside all this, between us, so Abraham and the Israelites, and you Edomite nation, filthy scum, there is a great gulf fixed. There's a barrier, a spiritual barrier where we can't go over there, man. Our foot wouldn't even step on that plantation line like that. We ain't made for that no more. We've had our time when we was there. You know, like when we was in that position, picking cotton, getting whipped. Your name ain't this no more. It's Toby, boy, and all that, yeah? The Edomites weren't in that position in that time. Y'all was living it up. Yeehaw! Running us down, lynching us, chopping our penis off, putting it in a jar just to look at it, being weirdos, cannibalizing us, turning our skin into wallets and all different kind of things that y'all did to us, right? Making museums of the racist things you did to us, doing all kind of stuff, man. And guess what? We deserved all of that stuff that happened to us as well. That's the thing. That's the difference between the Israelite and anybody other doctrine of that our people try and come up with. We accept that we deserved all of that, man. But guess what? On the other end, because we deserved all the things that we did as a punishment, and Yahweh is going to give us mercy and justice for all the punishment that happened to us that he had to put us through because we was being wicked towards him, you are all going to deserve the things that you get when it's our turn, right? Whatever Yahweh decides that your judgment is that you're going to deserve, you're going to deserve it all. And we're not going to ever say, okay, I'm not doing that judgment. That's too much. If Yahweh said that's what's supposed to happen, we're going to do it, right? We're going to do it and we're going to be happy to do it too. All this chip on the shoulders that y'all want to talk about, by the time we're done with you Edomites, man, We ain't gonna have no chip on no shoulder. There ain't gonna be no chip on no shoulder, man. And all the heathen nations are gonna be grateful that they don't have to go through the same kind of punishments as what you're gonna go through. They're gonna remember what they seen you Edomites go through, man. But like, damn, what I'm going through right now, the ass whooping I'm getting, seems like nothing compared to what I just seen him do to that Edomite over there. So I'm not even gonna complain. That's making me not even complain about what happened to me. I'm lumped up, dumped up, and all that. But man, what happened to him over there? Phew, I'd rather go through this 20 times than what I seen just happen to that Edomite. I'm all right, man. Then they might praise Yahweh after that. They might say, Kalala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for not making me be born an Edomite. Because at least at the end of this, like, we're going to end up in a kingdom that's run by these people. And they seem to have more mercy on us than what they have on these Edomites. So at least I'm not a filthy Edomite. And that's what these heathens think now. They think at least I'm not a so-called black man right now. They see that Esau is racist to them and does things to them, but they're like, yeah, but at least when I go to the bank, he'll give me a loan. They might call me a raghead or something like that. They might be racist to me, but at least when I go to the bank, I get a loan. And they don't try and stop me from getting these companies and all that. At least that. That's how they're going to think about Esau in our kingdom. At least I'm not an Edomite. And they're all going to pay as well. Because Dave did a lot against us too, man. Verse 26, and beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot. So if, let's say there was an Israelite, which they ain't gonna be, but let's say that there was an Israelite that decided, you know what? What's happening to these Edomites is too harsh. I want to join onto their side. Now I'm not having it. They can't. Because the great gulf fixed, part of it is the new covenant that we're going to be under. That's going to make us be programmed to know that this is the right thing. We ain't going to go to your side, man. Neither can they pass to us that would come from hence. So you can't come onto our side neither. There ain't going to be no Edomite that's going to be able to put mud on their face in the kingdom. I'm going to put mud on myself. I'm going to get a real dark tan. And I'm going to try and frizz my hair up and make it look like an afro. And I'm going to beat one of these Israelites up and steal one of their uniforms. And I'm going to live in the kingdom forever. Yeah, right, man. That's not going to happen. Because first off, they wouldn't be able to beat up the Israelite. Our spirits are going to be so connected to Yahweh that we're going to know everything. Hey, what's Ronald Reagan doing trying to think he could try and get into the kingdom? Mate, nah, bruv. Hey, is that... Wait there. What waits? Isn't that Malone? What's he doing, man? What's he doing again, little scamp? What's he doing, man? Cut me out, man. Go rap. You know what? If you rap good, if you can rap good, we'll let you in our kingdom. All right, Malone, you ready? If you can rap right now, give us a quick 16 bar, and if it's good, we're getting a kingdom, and we're all just gonna be standing there with our arm full, like, watch how whack this is gonna be. Diabolically, Israelites time, and now what he's gonna come with his little whack flow. One West ain't the best. This with the however whack ass shit you gonna come with. I'm like, see, 2 thumbs down. Get back on that plantation line, boy. Don't ever try and come over here ever again. And I'm saying this and I'm being a bit funny, but they're not even going to be in that close of a proximity to us, man. Because best believe that if we ended up back in cotton fields picking cotton, that Malone guy would not say this is against the scriptures. He would he'll say that we're awful thinking that we're gonna do it. But if he seen a world where we're in that position, he would not say, oh, this is outrageous, this is wrong according to the scriptures, or he might say it, but he'd enjoy all the benefits that he's getting from us being in that situation. So we don't have to feel no guilt for knowing that they're gonna end up in that situation, man, because they never felt no guilt when we was in it. And it don't matter how many flags you Edomites paint on the ground, don't matter how many flags you put on your door, on your house, you going into captivity, man. Don't matter whether you want to put red ribbons on your front door, try and make it look like an England flag. Don't matter how much you do, man. It don't matter. Because the most of the Edomites that are in power and in charge, they don't feel the need to put no England flag. In fact, they don't really care about the England flag. They don't even really care about the American flag. They've more than likely got their own secret symbolism. Well, they well, not maybe. They've got their own secret symbolism and things that they really know is what gives their nation power. And they haven't decided to share it with the rest of you Edomites, because the way how they see it is when these Israelites, we need to take them down, we're the ones, it's our particular families that put in the groundwork, and we realize that we can't go to Yahweh for power, that we have to go through Satan. And we're the ones that Satan came to see and gave us the rituals and spells that we need to do to take these Israelites down. And he never chose none of them, so fuck them. That's how these Edomites or the elites think. It's Satan chose. They think Satan chose us. So why are we gonna give the power that Satan gave us to them? If he wanted them, he would have chose them, wouldn't he? But he didn't choose them, did he? He chose us. That's how they think, man. That's the way how they think in their mind. They think to hell with all them. It's about us. And they're prepared to throw every single one of y'all under the bus and rebuild the nation with just their families if they can. Just like how Yahweh, with his elected the nation of Israel, is going to get rid of all the families of the Israelites that don't believe right now and make the families that do believe be the only family names that exist in the kingdom of heaven. And all the Israelites that get reincarnated are going to become a part of the family names that they was once scoffing against. This is the game that's being played on the earth, man. This is the true way that the world is to be interpreted. But most of you people don't know nothing. Now I'm going to end the lesson. Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.